I'm currently living in Copenhagen for free. How, you might ask? The answer is house sitting. I'm going to walk you through everything you need to know about becoming a house sitter, how it works, how you find these opportunities, what a typical day looks like, and all the good stuff. So let's get into it. So first, let me just talk about a few common misconceptions because there are some that come up all the time when I talk about house sitting. It is not a paid opportunity. You might be able to find some, but generally it's an exchange. That means that I'm coming here, I get to stay in Copenhagen for free, and on the other side, the homeowners get someone looking after their cat for free. There are multiple platforms you can use to find house sitting opportunities. The one I always use is Trusted Housesitters. If you want to sign up for free, I will leave the link below. And if you do choose to browse through the sits and find one that you want to apply for, I also have a discount so you can get 25% off a membership if you choose to get one. I've talked in my other videos about what house sitting is, but I have done a few now and I wanted to kind of give you an updated version of that video. And I've done house sits now in Wales, I think in three different locations in Wales, one in Ireland, one in LA, and now in Copenhagen. So I consider myself a little bit of an expert now when it comes to house sitting. So I chose to come to Copenhagen because it had been on my list of places I wanted to see for a while. Plus, it was really cheap and easy to fly here from the UK, and that's where I'm typically based. So I thought it would be a good call to check the different opportunities they had on Trusted House Sitters for Copenhagen. I also wanted to choose Copenhagen because I saw they had so many different listings with cats only, and as a true cat lady and cat lover, I couldn't pass that up. So I was applying to ones here, just knowing I would get some with cats. Don't get me wrong, I've watched dogs and I like to see dogs and spend time with them as well, but I am truly a cat lady, so that's why I go with cats. And also as someone who's traveling and getting content and working, cats are a lot more low maintenance, so they are easier to take care of and don't require so much time and attention that goes into walking a dog and looking after a dog, for example. So far, I have many first impressions of Copenhagen. I actually did an entire video talking about that, so if you want to check it out, I will link it above. But just in brief, I love Copenhagen so far. There's so many little things I'm picking up on, little differences in culture, and the fact that it's expensive, which is another reason why house sitting is so great because you can save money on accommodation. But yeah, I'm not going to ramble on too much. If you want to see that other video, pause this one, go check that one out and come back to me. And now is the perfect time to introduce you to Ori. He's the cat I've been watching, and he is truly such a cute little guy that I'm already falling in love with. He's the most cuddly cat and so chill. But to give you an idea of what I've been doing with him, I play with him probably a couple times every day. He has a laser toy he loves, and the owners want me to make sure he's playing because he could lose a little bit of weight. But he has an automatic feeder, so I don't need to worry about feeding him throughout the day, which is great. Today I actually got up and refilled his automatic feeder so he has enough food for the next few days. It feeds him on a schedule. And I also cleaned out his litter box this morning because I do that every single morning just to make sure it is staying clean. It's in the bathroom and I don't want to be stepping on litter. I want it to be clean in there, so I clean it out each day. And of course I give him fresh water each morning. I make sure his water is good and clean. And today a few other responsibilities I had was to water some plants. The owners only wanted me to water the plants once while they're gone. So today was that day. I just did that in the morning along with the other chores and threw out the garbage as well that was piling up. Otherwise, everything is very easy. I haven't had to do any other tasks. Ori is so cute and he just wants to cuddle all the time and he sleeps with me. He was just on the bed last night and I really don't want to say goodbye to him because he's such a cute cat. In a nutshell, you can see why I love doing these house sits. This might be my favorite one, I'm not gonna lie, just because I love him so much. He's been so good and so easy to take care of. And if I'm going out for the day, I just leave him extra water to make sure he doesn't run out. But I haven't been out for too many hours because I've been working, and I just go out for maybe a few hours to film and explore Then I come back and spend some time with him in the evenings. So let's talk about the pros and cons of house sitting for a second. Obviously, the biggest pro is that you're saving so much money on accommodation while you're traveling. But also for me, I love getting to see how other people live in the city. The owners are actually not Danish, they're from different countries, but it's cool just to talk to them about how it's like to live here, get the inside scoop, see what the apartments and houses are like in a new country. And I love spending time with cats as well. So it's a win-win for me. It's really relaxed and I just love having this type of experience because I get the room to myself or the entire place to myself. I don't have to share a hostel room, and on top of that, I'm saving money. Okay, and it goes without saying that there are cons to this as well. You have to be very good at communicating and I'll always be sending the homeowners updates. This will depend on the homeowner and whether or not they want to receive updates the whole time they're gone. I generally give one update a day and send a picture or a text just so they know everything's fine. But it depends on who you're dealing with, and it's always best if you sort that out ahead of time. And there's also a lot of responsibility that comes with caring for an animal or a home in general. If you break something, you have to go out and replace it and make sure everything's fine. And if anything happens to the pet that you're watching, that could be scary, so there is responsibility there. And finding a good pet sit can be pretty hard and competitive at first if you don't have any reviews. Even when you do have reviews, places like Copenhagen get snatched up super quickly. So you have to know how to apply and the best ways to do it. I did talk about it in another video, so I will link that one for you to check out. But if you are on it and you're very good at communicating, you will be able to find one. It just might not be your ideal location and time of year when you're first starting. Overall, the pros really outweigh the cons. There are so many good things about house sitting, in my opinion. I haven't had any really bad experiences at all. I think I've had one or two that weren't super ideal in some aspects, but I'm not going to get into that in this video because overall it has been good and is the reason I keep applying to house sits and doing these experiences. If you're just starting out with house sitting, one tip I would say is to build up a portfolio of good reviews. If you don't have a review because you've never done it before, you can go house sit for a friend, a family member, anyone that you know that has a pet, and get a review as an external review that you can put on your portfolio. This is what I did, and it helped me land my first sit in Wales. It was a less desirable time of year and destination, being that it was in the fall, so people were more willing to accept me without any reviews. But yeah, if you have that, it's pretty easy to get your first review after that. It's also really important to be reliable and very communicative. People are going to be very impressed if you are responding quickly and answering questions, offering to do a video call when you're first applying, stuff like that. And then if you're also just sticking to the times that you're agreeing to meet and things like that the entire time, sending updates, then that goes a long way and the homeowners will be very impressed with you. When it comes to applying, it's also important to send a personalized message. I always insert the names of the pets and of the homeowners just so that they know I'm paying attention and I know who their pet is and who they are instead of just copying and pasting the message. And I usually tweak a few things in like the general message I send as well. And as I was saying, you have to be flexible with the dates and locations when you're first starting out. This is really important if you want to get good reviews and have enough to then be considered like a pro on these platforms. People, once they see you have multiple reviews, are going to be more likely to choose you over someone that has none. So to get those first few, you have to be willing to do some in your hometown or in a destination that's probably in winter and doesn't have the best weather at the moment. Those are good places to look for house sits because a lot of people are going on vacation to get out of bad weather and will be looking for a house sitter, and there won't be as many applicants applying for that position as there would in a destination that is super popular like Copenhagen. As I mentioned, if you want to start doing the same, you can use the link in my bio that has a free sign up just to start browsing. And if you decide you want to get the membership, I have 25% off, so go check out that link down below in the description as well. Thanks for making it all the way to the end of the video. Make sure you subscribe because I put up new videos twice a week, and I'll see you next week for another video. Bye!